Hi. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, and welcome back to the monthly astrological crystal overview for the sign of Capricorn, March 2020. Now, you can reach me at my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net, or my email address, which is mercury524@msn.com, or my Facebook business page, Readings by Leonard T. Munson, or you can reach me on Twitter and LinkedIn and in the description box below. You know the deal. View, like, and subscribe, and share. Also, this is the overall reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or anybody that have anything in the 10th house in their solar or natal chart. Take what you need. You don't need it all, then don't take it all. All right? Okay. All right, Capricorn. Your progressive sun is in your solar third house. It's the house of communication, mentally, verbally, and written. It's a house of brothers and sisters, short distance travel. It's a house of secondary education, advertisement, public speaking. It's a house of transportation of all forms, everyday business activity, and all forms of communication. Computer, text, phone, voice, documents, and information. All types of information and research. So, you, Capricorn, are going through a period of learning, researching a lot of things, are doing some kind of research that's going to benefit you in something that you want to do, some of you Capricorns. It could go back to school. It could be trying out a new skill. It could be information of changing your diet and be more proactive in your health regimen. I see some of you improving yourself, and I see some of you breaking bad habits. Okay? All right. Also, your ruling planet, Mercury, which is the closest planet to the sun, so it is called messenger of the gods in the third house, which is Gemini. So it rules the brain of the nervous system, and it rules the hands and the arms, the upper portion of the torso, your chest, your eye, and hand coordination. It rules movement. So things are moving quickly in the communication aspect. Things are moving quickly in any research or any training that you've taken. You're beginning to get the grasp of it, and it's going to improve whatever you're doing. It also deals with learning more information. So I feel some of you are extending some kind of skill that you have and doing some research on that, or you are in some kind of apprenticeship or some kind of learning environment where you need to learn some new skill or a new trade. Now, these skills definitely has to do with your thinking and definitely has to do with your hands, okay? Some of you might be artists, some of you might be writers, some of you might be carpenters, some of you might be builders, but it's something to do with your mind and your hand, and you coordinate it. Now, it also rules the shoulders, the upper shoulders. So I see some issues here with some of your shoulders. I'm picking up now. And yeah, it's coming from the neck. So maybe you need to get some massages, okay, to loosen up those things in here too, okay? So it deals with that too. It deals with being a child, it being some of you playing games on people, and be careful with these games because they can go too far. It's being flirtatious in your communication. So if you see someone that you like, you're going to be flirtatious with them. Not just the communication does not go by the word and action, but body language. I feel a lot of you are beginning to learn body language, the solid language of the human being is the body language, okay? And I pick up a lot of you are beginning to pick up your intuitiveness thing here. You begin to be more comfortable with it. So you've been following your feelings about environments and people and hunches, and they're becoming true. So this is what you need to another communication form. So a lot of you are having communication form from the spiritual world, okay, through shadows, through feeling the presence of someone or something, listening to nature more and picking up some clues in the silent language of nature. So I see some of you are tuning into your environment. Okay, some of you are relying on information that you gathered before, and this is combining it with that. So I see some of you might be taking a short distance travel, someplace where you might relax and to be still, since your ruling planet, Mercury of the third house, is retrograde. So I see some of you Capricorns going to someplace where you can relax and calm your mind down. I feel some of your minds been all over the place like a bumblebee. Okay, so you're going to a place where you can be calm and peaceful, and also a place where you can be cut off from a lot of communication, electronic communication, which is good. Okay, so I see that. Okay, so communication is the main thing on your agenda, Capricorn. But some of you can have, so since it's in the third house, you got to think before you speak. You're going to say something that you don't mean to say, but then the party's going to take it the wrong way. So you got to be careful and think things out before you speak, write, any form of communication, because you have to be more diplomatic about it. If you're more diplomatic and take the anger out of that, speak from your fifth chakra, which is your throat, you tell the truth, and you speak the truth, and that's how you feel. But do it in a diplomatic way, so the person you're speaking the truth to will not be offended. They will not take it as a criticism or an insult. They will see it as a constructive criticism. That is something that you're saying to them that they might be doing wrong and they don't even know. So I feel this is one of that aspects that we need to get involved with. And one of the stones that I want you to carry that's going to help you with your communication thing is called the citron. This stone is a wonderful stone for mental process. It aids thought process such as clarity of thought. It sparks creativity and imagination for your communication. So you're going to be an artist in communicating. You're going to come up clever new ways outside the box to express yourself. Now, even a dancer is a communicator. When they move, when they turn, when they dip, that is another form of communication. They're picking up the beats of the music and they interpret the music through motion. So that's another form of communication. So some of you might be taking dance classes, tap, ballet, jazz. So I see some of you doing that. So you're doing some research on that. And this is the citron. This is it's like a golden color and it's mixed with clear. Okay, you'll find some of them brighter than this, but it has gold in it. If you look closely at it, if the light is shining, it tells you that it's gold in that. And citron is good to help you communicate better and be more creative. Okay, now the third house deals with the hands. So men always communicate with their hands. That's why their nails should be cut and very manicured. Okay, not long fingernails, because they communicate with their hands, and that's another way of expressing. And so I want you to carry this citron. It's gold and like a clear color, and carry it with you so you can be more creative and more grounded and more mental secure with yourself when you communicate. Okay? Okay, now we're going to see where the planets are at and how they affect you. Mercury. Mercury is in Aquarius. And when Mercury goes in Aquarius, we are hungry for knowledge and open to new and original ideas. We begin to think outside of the box. Our thinking becomes more progressive, objective. Our communication and thought patterns are spontaneous, somewhat fragmented, and liberal. This is the time when inventive thinking is at its peak. So, okay, what does it say? Thirst for knowledge. So it's another form of communication. So I see a lot of reading, getting information through reading and research, and sustaining this information that's going to carry you over. Okay, that's what's Mercury. So it's in Aquarius. Okay, it will be there from March the 4th to March the 16th. As you know, Mercury went retrograde on February the 17th in Pisces. Now it has moved into Aquarius. So Aquarius represents the 11th house. It's another air sign, which is the third house, is your solar sign. It's in the third house. And a lot of this communication has to do with hidden pinned in emotions that you have not expressed. And I see you expressing it. So it has to deal with things that you need to get off your chest, things you need to address emotionally, and be more creative and diplomatic about it. Okay? So Mercury represents the two letters re, revisit, reshape, rechange, retrograde, moving backwards. So when the planet 3 months ago was moving forward, you're reviewing your progress. See what detail, what you miss, what opportunity that it has to be reshaped or reestablished. And then when it goes to ret, between the 9th, some people said the 9th, some people said the 10th, which is next week, and we begin to feel that retrograde because things start unraveling, okay? Also, we're going to have a full moon on the 9th in Virgo, and it's also ruled by Mercury. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on you with your communication. Okay, so there's a lot of things you're going to be communicating. I see a lot of messages, a lot of paperwork that has to be dealt with, and you're going to be communicating. And this also represents, Virgo represents a super moon. So when a moon is super, it's closer to the earth. So this is going to be a powerful super moon that deals with communications, that deals with emotions, it deals with intuitiveness and psychic ability and messages from the divine. Okay, so pay attention to your dreams, your daydreams, your lucid dreams, and the dreams that you dream at night. Okay, these are the visions that's going to be coming in, new ideas with Mercury in Aquarius. Okay, now Venus left Aries and it's in Taurus. It's in its home base. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, luxury, the finery, the wonderful things that life has to offer. So Venus in Taurus in its home base. Again, Taurus represents the fifth house, which is your throat. You need to speak your truth about issues to deal with money, work, and possession. So there's some issues here. And so there's some issues like pick up something on your job. There's some issue with a supervisor or someone that's over you or under you. So you need to address this and be diplomatic about it. It can be resolved because I also feel this person don't even know that they are creating this communication issue. Okay? So you need to instruct people and let them know because a lot of them don't know. Don't get angry. They have not been taught. So they don't know. So you have to teach them to communicate effectively. So I see some problems here on your job. So there's going to be a love of music, appreciation of sensual pleasures, others of the finer things in life, such as the signs of the cycle which has begun for you. This is aesthetic and artistic to be sure, but it is also practical and materialistic. You develop a keen appreciation for the value of things, including money it takes to buy them. So you're going to have a acquire new taste for wonderful things and the money that it takes to buy these things. You deserve it. Treat yourself, okay? Venus is the masculine part, the feminine part of us. So if you have anything, you're Capricorn. So the Venus is in Taurus and it's going to affect you and Virgo. So you're going to be surrounded by choices of sexual pleasures, attractiveness, people want to be with you, and they're going to chase you. They're going to think wonderful of you. So have your ball. And if you're in a good relationship, that problem that was bothering you before, that you had to speak your truth, and you was emotional about it, and communicated about money, I feel this is behind you and the partner or the person involved with. So they're seeing the viewpoint because you present it in a positive way. Some of you don't present it in a positive way, it's going to be problems. So that's the issue right there. Okay. All right. Now the next sign that we're going to look at is Jupiter. Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. And it went into your sign, Capricorn, in December 19, 2019, and it will stay there to December 2020. And December 19, 2020. Okay. All right. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, new opportunity, wealth, abundance, truth, and karma. So if you did it, good, it's coming back to you. The warehouses of the cosmos open up to bring you the things that you've been designed. And those who didn't do good with the karma, they're not going to get what they decide. They're going to have to deal with that circumstance. So, but you got to pick the right opportunity. It's going to be so many. So you got to put the opportunity that's going to grow and expand each year. So you're going to plant the seed and it's going to get better, 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 and better. So you're going to see things really expanding and do what it's supposed to do. All right. Now, we're going to go with Mars. Mars is in Capricorn. Mars is the masculine part of you. Mars in Capricorn was the new cycle taking hold in your life. So this is a new cycle now. Taking charge and being in control, becoming more control, become more important issues for you. You want to get things organized and you have the initiative to do it. This is a time of ambition, responsibility, a time to keep you cool. Pace yourself. Working hard is smart, but working smart is better. So pace yourself. You're going to have the energy. You're going to have the drive. You're going to have this raw energy. So you don't want to burn yourself out. So you can get a lot of accomplished, Capricorn, in this solar third house of communication, and you're communicating your emotions. Then we have the next planet, Saturn, which is your ruling planet. Saturn is good when it comes into any sign because it prepares you for the necessary growth and the blessings you're going to receive when it leaves. So Saturn's been in your sign, your home base, since 2018, and I'll be leaving in October of 2020. Okay, Saturn represents structure. It represents boundaries. It represents father time. You might have lost someone through this transit, a loved one, a friend, or whatever, but they're not going. They're just going in the flesh. This is the vehicle that we need to move in this environment. Okay? So the spirit is in this house, your tunnel. And Saturn also represents fear. It represents father figures, the status quo, things as it is. It represents government. It represents corporation. So you see a lot of changes here. So if you're working in a corporation, there's some changes going on in there. And this change is going to affect you. And this effect is going to be for the better because the structure is moving from the old to the new. So again, I see some additional training that you're going to have to take in some form of communication. Computers are communication. The internet is communication. Okay? Okay, the next planet is Uranus. Uranus is the shock planet. It's the planet of change, upheaval, revolution, independence. Nothing will be the same. Uranus it represents the Tower card in the tarot deck, where you were given many ample time to change your way and get out this negative thought and thought pattern and self-destruction. So the universe is going to slap you on your head and it's going to wipe things out completely. So it's going to bring a situation around that you're not going to be pleased about. And it's going to face the issue that you have been running away from. Okay? Then we have Neptune in Pisces. We're going to clean up the water. Okay, no, Uranus in Taurus, and Taurus represents, again, the fifth chakra. There's some truth that you need to speak in areas of money, work, and possession. Your money, you're going to change your attitude about money. Okay, I see cashless money for you, more cashless money and less physical money. I see Some of you might be involved in your long distance relations. It's going to be the norm. And also different ages. That's going to be the norm. Okay. I see cleaning up the environment, some kind of organization and group that you're going to communicate either financially or put your time in it to clean up the environment, Capricorn. Doing some research and stuff on that. It also represents getting off of medication, prescription medication, trying to do things more organic, more natural, and getting these toxins out of your system. I see not so you need to drink more water. You're not drinking enough water. Okay. Now the next plan is Neptune and Pisces, cleaning up the water. Some of you having problems with your eyes, okay, and you need to get that checked out. Some of you have a problem with your feet, okay. Your psychic ability is at its peak. So you need to tune into your intuition and your feeling that will not lie. And deal some type of healing that deals with compassion. Pisces deals with compassion. So there's emotional issue that needs to be dealt with. Okay? And Pluto is also in Capricorn. And these emotional issues has to deal with something that happened connected with your childhood, that's connected with your father. Okay, so the absentee father, or he didn't show you love and whatever, but it's some issues that you blame yourself for that you have no issue with, and you need to release it and let it go. And then Capricorn, we have the north node of the moon, the north node. So the north node is in retrograding, and it went retrograde January the 1st, 2020, and will stay retrograde for a year. So we have to look back to where the north node was before and see what mistakes and details or information we did not get, and we need to gather that together. And so the north node is in Gemini. So it's again this communication problem here. You need to learn to communicate more effectively. So this whole year, you're going to be looking back to the previous year. How did you communicate? What mistakes you made, and how you're going to correct it and get it in line. Okay, your tarot card for the month of March is 1. 1 represents initiation, renewal, new beginning. You. Look out for you. So this is 1 of Pentacles. And Pentacles represents materialistic and finances. It represents using your mind, your higher mind, to associate with your gifts and talents that you make money by. This is Earth. So this is you, Capricorn. This is you, Taurus. This is you, Virgo. So this is Earth. So money is on your mind too with this communication issue. So money is on your mind too along with communication. So there may be some loans you're trying to pay off, or there's some debts that you might pay off. You're going to pay off, and there's some money coming to you from an unknown source. Now what are you going to do with the karma cards? And there are 3 cards, and they deal with the planet, the sign, and the house. The first card deals with the moon. Again, emotions. So your communication, solar sign is in your 3rd house, when the sun is in Pisces, so it deals with communicating your feelings. Okay? And then the sign in Virgo, which is another Mercury rule sign. So you need to communicate your sign connected with your health, work, and service to others. Then the house. It's the 11th house. So this is the house of groups, organization, humanitarian things, helping other people less fortunate. It also deals with hopes, wishes, and friendship. Okay, the first part of it deals with the spiritual thing you need to learn in March. And it deals with defend. Okay? And in Virgo it said defend methods for the healing power. So defend your methods of healing. So I see again healing. There's some emotional issues that needs to be healed here. And it's going to start in March. Okay? And then the 11th house, and it has to do with groups and organization, and it will bring you freedom. Sorry. You're right. It will bring you freedom. Okay, the house again, it will bring you freedom. So now we're going to the sign, and I deal with the second portion, which is your mind, the analysis. You need to analyze. the nurturing and analyzing of things. That is in your mind that will bring you associations. Association, again, groups and organizations that deal with the 11th house. Okay? Now, the planet here says feelings caused by associations. Okay? So the physical aspect, I gotta lay these down because I'm doing this wrong. That's a house. This is okay. All right. The physical aspect of them, this is the reactions. Okay? And then the reaction is in the sign of verbal health, work, and service to others, the analyzing thing. So this will represent resulting from the perfectionism. So it says the reaction resulting from the perfectionism, your choices of friends. Okay? So I hope you enjoy the Karma card, and I hope you, Capricorn, enjoy your monthly Afterlife with Crystal overview for March 2019-2020.